Hello, my cheeky little viewing friends. How are you doing? Here we are in Elder Scrolls Online once more. At still waters again. The final view of my sailing ship. Well, it's actually a flying ship, a bronze flying ship. I thought of this latest DLC, the year's theme, High Isle, has a very Pirates of the Caribbean quality. I hope I'm not alone in thinking that. But given that, Pirates of the Caribbean, swashbuckly, maritime quality, because there is a definite marine or maritime or aquatic feel to this year's stuff. The High Isle chapter. The music and so on, it was very reminiscent of Pirates of the Caribbean, that whole sort of thematic quality. As you can see, and as you've seen before, if you've watched any others of my videos, I've done not a lot here. Not a lot. Apart from a pile of snow and some lighting. And the odd wandering pet. Because this is what I've been doing. This is the bronze flying ship Take 2. It used to be over on the other side of this pile of rocks here. It used to be right here. I've uprooted trees and shrubs, got rid of rocks and all kinds of stuff to have furnishing slots to complete this ship. And some things I haven't got rid of though. I quite like the arrangement of things down here in this ice cave. You can see there's some Dwemer or dwarven ruins and wreckage lying around, including this. Must be some kind of dynamo or large piece of machinery here under the ice. And this is where I leave my treasure, my booty, my swag. Pirate treasure, ha ha. Ha 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 ha. But in keeping with the whole Dwemer machinery quality of things, I thought it would be appropriate for a site with Dwemer ruins to park a Dwemer, possibly Sothasil flying ship. Well, like a seaplane, it's capable of taking off and landing from water. So any expanse of water is potentially an airstrip or airport. A landing strip. And of course there's Dwemer ruins outside as well. You can see under the ice here, there's a dome. I thought that would be perfectly placed to have a mooring ramp aboard the ship. To park a little dinghy. After all, it's not frozen all year round. You want to be able to get from that door to the ship. So you paddle across or sail across in this little boat. I've tried getting over to that Dwemer ruin over there, but it's almost impossible. There are invisible walls everywhere. If anyone knows of a hole in the invisible wall which allows you to get out to those ruins, do let me know. I just put these bits of structure here to get me closer. That's about as close as I can get. I'm not quite sure how far the invisible wall goes. It might be there. And you can clamber about in these rocks as well. But only go so far. That's the invisible wall again. And there's trees in the way and I can't remove those trees, so restricted view. Invisible wall here as well, so I can't even stand on those bits of ice there. That's it. As close as I can get. Anyway, back to the ship. So massively rebuilt, moved and rebuilt. Used to be there. Now here. So I've increased the size of it, increased the size of these balcony style stone galleries. Rejigged some of the interior, the quarters, put in these stone ballistas. So I think I've brought the total of number of ballistas on the ship up to 20, I do believe. There are a couple of dummies, dummy ballistas, a couple of fakes. Like this one's a fake. You see, it's just a ballista head. And these gilded trophies I've used as decoration. Because it is in style and proportions based on real world 17th century wooden sailing ships, even though it is made of bronze plate from Clockwork City. For my own satisfaction, I wanted to make it as realistic as possible, real world as possible. So inspired by real examples of 17th century sailing ships, such as the Swedish Vasa, which is preserved in Stockholm Harbour. It was built in 1628, the same year it sank. But because of it, it sank where it did in Stockholm Harbour. It was preserved, and is preserved to this very day. It was raised and restored, and it's 99% completely original. Covered in fabulous carvings. It's so well preserved that they have huge bits of sailcloth. In fact, I think they had almost a complete set of sails which had been stored, as well as ropes and tackle, blocks and tackle. Large parts of the masts and yards. And you can see it in Stockholm now. I think post-COVID the museum's back in normal opening times. But this is a flying ship, not a sailing ship, so instead of sails, you know, that would normally be the foresail and foretop. And above it would be a top gallant and then a royal, if it had more sails. This is the main mast. It would have the mainsail and the main top, the top gallant and royal above that. Often these things would be abbreviated to topgallant or topsail, just as the front of the ship would be the forecastle, abbreviated from forecastle, because at one time large superstructures were planted on the front of the ship in the shape of a castle, where archers and so on would be stationed to rain down fire on enemy ships. I've got a couple of ballistas here, forward firing. They would be chase ballistas. And here are a couple of, well, 4 ballistas on this deck here. It's not a complete gun deck or ballista deck, but these have a much freer range of movement. Whereas below, they're a bit restricted by the ports, the holes in the side of the ship. This is what would be the bridge, but is the poop deck. No poop to be found. The toilets are elsewhere. I'll mention them when we see them. Oh yes, the helmsman or navigator, my factotum dude. In keeping with the whole Dwemer Sothasil business, he's a mechanical chap. He's the captain's chair. And I can be sat sitting. And there's Clucky the chicken. Lays strange little blue eggs. I don't know if it's going to lay an egg for us now, probably a bit shy. There's its nest there, that bale of straw. Come on, Clucky, lay an egg for me. I want an egg for my tea. Oh, here we go. Oh, there's an egg. Marvellous. I'm sure it's delicious. Some more golden trophies or gilded trophies. If you've watched any of the Pirates of the Caribbean films, particularly the second film, Davy Jones's ship, the Flying Dutchman, it's heavily based on the Swedish ship the Vasa as well. And I've taken that and the Vasa as inspiration of the way this is all laid out with the decoration, the sculpture. Various bits of navigational and sky observing materials, machinery for observing the stars and navigating. Also potentially things like gyro stabilizers and other Bits of technical jiggery-pokery. Massive rotor blades for this helicopter gunship. Four rotors. 2 main and 2 fore. And going down to the gun deck, which is the Ballista deck. There's a little bunk for one of the crew members. Going forward. I've had to pretty much shoehorn them in. You can see how the range of movement is restricted by the portholes inside the ship, the gun ports, and of course the gun port lids. Because when the ship is actually sitting on the ocean, it's actually operating on the water, these gun ports can sometimes be closed to keep the sea from coming in if the ship's banking. Which of course with the Swedish ship the Vasa was her downfall. She heeled over and the sea poured into the open gun ports and she sank, went down like a stone. A small crew bunk down here. And here's the engines for the foremast and 4 rotors, front rotors. And here's some of the crew toilets, a couple of toilet pans either side here. This would be the beak head of the ship, because it's beak shaped and lots of heads. And a maritime term for toilets in the front of the ship are the heads. You're going to the heads, you're going to the toilet, to the front of the ship. There's those ballistas again, forward facing. A lot of the rigging is based on that of a sailing ship. Pared down to a minimum, but then rotor blades instead of sails. You don't want a lot of stuff getting in the way. There's my antiquarian wandering around. Up here is the little bit of crew's quarters, some bunk beds. So this is new, I didn't have it in the original ship. And they can keep nice and warm with this boiler here. And going aft, there's a hatch into the hold. And here's the main furnace and boiler. Operates the main mast. Main mast rotors, the engine is above there. This also functions as the ship's galley or kitchen, the cooking gear. There's my antiquarian again. So here are some more crew's quarters. And an armour station. And these are also quite new additions, these stern firing ballistas. So I previously had more bunk beds there, but they're the ones I moved to the front of the ship, to the 'the' 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 'the lots of steam from the engines and the boilers. And here's the boiler for the main mast, the engines. And there's my little smuggler dude. Oh, this is the officers' quarters, so they got not so much cabins to themselves, but a bit more space. It's a bit more luxurious.
Hey, do you want to learn how to say hello in my native language? All right, mate. All you need is a conch shell, sex friends, a harp with 40 strings, and a newborn calf. Oh, wait.
Quite like these screens. It's got a nice aquatic theme going on here, nice maritime quality with the octopus or squid, whatever it is. The captain's cabin. We'll get into that in a second. And here are the stern galleries, the balconies that you saw on the side of the ship. And another crew's toilet. Well, actually, this is more for the officers. It's enclosed, it's in here, behind this nice rug. Ah, there it is. So they can be sitting here with some degree of shelter from the elements, and some amount of privacy, so they're not overlooked by the lesser crew members. And part of the hierarchy, of course. Because officers and captain are generally housed in the stern of the ship, the stern quarters. Ah, that's Miri. Choice of music boxes. And the reading material. And Captain's pet. Where Miri's gone, she's just gone out onto the stern gallery. Maybe gone to the toilet. Leave her for a moment. So, among the things that I massively rebuilt is the stern of the ship. The stern window is using a lot of these display cases. One of them has got a
My
squid
dad's an
head.
antiquarian. He gave me an appreciation of cultural artifacts. Mom showed me how to find them. I prefer to treat such things with the respect they deserve.
Jolly good. Well done. There's a dead or recumbent squid creature in that one. So the captain's got his own toilet here. There it is. Again, it's maximum privacy and comfort, away from the elements. So there's enjoying the view. The ship is quite big. In the real world, it would be a 2-decker. Maybe as many as 64 guns. But because proportions are a bit strange in ESO, have you noticed how small your characters are compared to even the smallest building, smallest room? As if the rooms were made for giants. Well, because the ESO is not really designed for shipbuilding, I think I've done okay in terms of building this. It is very much in the 17th century style. It's Dutch style, in fact. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed it, give it a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, and you'll see more. There are even a few videos of the previous version of this ship and my dismantling and moving and rebuilding. So some clues as to how I did it. And the evolution of the design. Anyway, thank you for watching. And stay well. Ta-ta for now. Cheerio.